Hello, welcome back to another video. This time it'll be another 4v4, but I'm gonna skip the start. And I'm gonna explain you why. Because what happened in the start was that we got absolutely owned. If we go back here, I'm playing on NATO. As you see here, it's not going very well. They control both Foxtrot and Echo, which are the middle sectors. This time I tried mostly anything to go attack them. As you see here, I have some more troops coming up. And I am in game, I'm named Steve, so I'll just select me here so you can see it from my perspective. So you see here, now I'm trying to bring up some of my troops here to put up on the hill here and try and fight back the enemy. But meanwhile, I also got some ships and some pumas, but all of this wasn't controlled by me in the start. There was another teammate that controlled all of this over here. But he left and I took over his units, so now I want to show you what happens. I'm going to put it back to neutral mode, but I'm going to say what's me and what's my teammates. This assault over here, or not assault, they're just like trying to guard what they have, is by my teammate. And he actually controlled Echo, but lost it and tried to attack Foxtrot. Meanwhile we have this guy named Juggernaut, who's focusing mainly on just naval warfare, as you see here. Since they have a Udaloy too, which has brought him a lot of problems, and yeah. But right now we're getting kind of desperate because we're actually losing if this keeps going on, and we're getting like pretty beaten. As you see here, they can get units behind our lines without a problem, as you also see here and here. That also will cause a lot of problems. But what happens in this match, which is extraordinary, is we actually go over and win this match and really completely decimate all the enemy units and everything on this coastline right here. So now I'm going to show you what happens. It all starts out with my friend here. He brings in some units to come in on landing ships to do a landing on Oscar. And I decide, because I have these 3 ships doing nothing, they're just like standing here, and my enemy doesn't have any ships, so I decided I would help support him landing there by killing the units on the shore and destroying air units so he won't get completely annihilated. So I'm just going to speed up a little bit more so you can see what happens. So he brings up his units, they sail, they're very slow, it takes a long time. Meanwhile we're just getting pushed further and further back. As you see, they're just completely owning us. We're just getting destroyed. All my units I brought up here are dead. I brought up this recon here. It's also gonna die soon. What happened here is we decide that we're gonna here we decide to go and work together to land at Oscar. So he brings in some more units. And my ship's a little bit faster than him, so I keep stop up and waiting for his units. So we proceed with the landing. Meanwhile my friend is still getting completely owned by this Udaloy too. It's just keeping him from doing anything. Even caught in like many ships that got killed. His fleet is new there. And here we start landing. And this is absolutely awesome. And my ships start firing at the shore. His ships start firing at the shore. I have a recon here, a Tiger, a German one, with Stingers and ACGMs, and see our vehicles coming out by trying to support, they just get blown up and decimated. And this is actually going really good. But then the enemy is actually pretty clever. He hasn't got this place very fortified at all. As you can see, he only has a Strela and some recon units. So we don't really have a problem with landing. Though as you see here, he's piling up some planes and calling in some more anti-ship helicopters. And it just turns into going fully insane this here. That's the landing. Looks awesome. Could make good for a cinematic video. And here's landing ships. Go out and unload the units, which then proceed to go into the town. There won't be a big focus on these units because they're not really a game changer. They just harass the enemy a lot. And here my teammate decides to take his ships onto the close to Papa, and here we meet heavy resistance of anti-ship planes. They had loads of these and helicopters, as you see here, coming in. They just completely destroy. And within seconds, both his ships are dead and destroyed and sunk. So all we have left is my 3 ships here. They'll then proceed over to Oscar, Papa, and then actually pull them back, as you see here. Because I was a little bit scared that they would just, if they weren't all 3 grouped together, they would just get decimated. Which would also probably have happened, but I don't know, because I pulled them back. And here I call in my planes by an accident and pull them back. And here comes more anti-ship planes. I'll just let you enjoy the cinematic view. They're doing an assault on my ships. As you can already see, they're trying to bombard them. But some of my ships get hit, if I recall. Yeah, actually no, I didn't get destroyed, but yeah, I got heavily damaged. Actually, surprisingly, these ships aren't without any anti-air missiles. Actually, avoid these missiles because they have bowfers or the machine gun turrets that actually shoot the missiles down, most of them at least, before they hit. And now is when we decide to do a joint assault on Papa with our landing ships and my ships. We wouldn't know we were gonna die. It's just to get rid of as many units as they have on the shore there. And they had now built up a very good anti-ship defense that I was very worried about. And here you see the enemy is pushing even further down. That's one of my old supply trucks that got captured there. And this Admiral, he's actually doing very well at holding the center. And meanwhile, it's kind of, my friend here is just putting all his resources into his ships, trying to get that Udaloy. It just keeps annoying him. But as you see, it's really hard to destroy him. After the latest patch, it's even harder. So, now my enemy also decides to bring in ships, which is super great. Now we can get killed. And this was a mistake, I wasn't paying attention, so I lost all my planes nearly here. But these ships won't really become a problem later, because I'm gonna do a second ship assault on this coast here that will end the game so quick that, yeah, and he's gonna do a joint assault on the middle at the same time, so we can merely just flash them out of here. And as you see, you still have those loads of anti-ship planes going in, and they are really causing me problems. So the thing is, I start from here, now on, saving up points, and here I buy my first 4 ships, which are some of the best ships. And the reason I can get more of them than you normally would is because I had this teammate who left, which gives you bonuses. And here I'm just going to speed up so you can see I'm building up my name. And here one of the enemies leave, but that wasn't really going to influence the game. And I just save up, call in more ships. I couldn't get enough ships there. And it's mainly these French Lafayette ships I'm calling, because I had a lot of availability on them, compared to the cargoes, which I could only call in 2 of. So they would just keep coming in, as you see here. I actually think, yeah, that was the last one. And now we go up here to proceed to the attack. I'm just going to speed it up because ships are really slow. And as you can see, a massive amount of units are getting built up here trying to secure this place. And they just put like a lot of troops. Like a lot. And they keep on doing that. And now enemy's kind of scared on this coastline. And I even decided to do another attack on them. And as you see here, they nearly have all the points. But now my ships start firing at their ships, sinking their big ship, which is right here, which is Chinese, and damaging the other ones. I'm just going to speed it down now, so you can see the comment. Here another one goes down. This is in slow motion. Here you can follow one of the missiles coming near my navy, which is great. And you see all of those close-in weapon supports just firing at the same time. This just looks absolutely awesome. I would shit my pants if I saw this coming towards me. And they're just like bombarding the shore and units on the way when they come over here. And these Lafayettes, they only cost 140 points, are really effective for that price, as you see. And here they call in some more anti-ship planes, but the missiles got shut down by my anti-air missiles. So now I'm going back to normal speed. As you see, they will keep trying to throw in those anti-ship planes. And here I got my first kill of them. And now I proceed to destroy their navy. Boom, here goes the last one. And now I move in on shore. Actually I was scared they were gonna bring more ships, so I also had some anti-ship helicopters on the way that I had built up over the round. And you see they only miss like 20% of the points, and then they will have won. So I'm really just throwing everything at them. And as you see, I just go in and harass them so much here in this sector. I end up just firing at these tanks and destroying lots of vehicles. And the good thing about these ships is that they're command ships. So this UAC here, sometime is gonna die, and I'm gonna capture the sector where you can call reinforcements in from. And that's gonna give me a great benefit, because I can also call ships from there, which means the enemy will get absolutely decimated. But I actually made this mistake, and I'm not very wary of where I call in my ships later. I call in some smaller ships like the ones you saw in the first assault with. They were just escorting the landing ships. And here I hold this zone shortly, but they go and look here. I call in some, not the best ships, just some cheap ships to destroy the units on the shore and bombard them and annoy them. But the thing is, they will spawn over here. As you see, the first one has just done. So I can't really use them for much. So I decided to send them up to my friend here. But the time when they get up here, it's actually kind of useless. I brought them out. But soon I get this under my control, and I will be able to call in reinforcements here. And as you see right now, because I took these 2 points out of their control, we're now gaining a lot more points than they are. They aren't actually gaining anything at all. So now we're like slowly catching up. Look, now even more, because now they're just losing points here, and we capture, and yeah, it's just going downhill from now on for them. And as you see here, they also lost the ships here, and my friend got through with his ships and unsecured 2 of their sectors, and I unsecured 2 of their sectors. I actually secured them, which gave us a huge benefit. And here you see some of his last anti-ship planes going down. So I was nearly unkillable there, and the enemy was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose this now, but we're gonna stay here and fight to the bitter end. I thought it was kind of funny that I actually admitted it. And as you see here, this tank has just held out for so long, keep getting bombarded by my Congos and Lafayettes, and doesn't get killed. So I call in these smaller ships with HHMs, because I just want them gone. I want them away from here. And I then call in the ships here, and nothing really happens after this special. Even though we get my friend here, he pushes them back here in the middle at Foxtrot with support from his ship. Like small ships like these, they can go on the coast. They're very effective because they can just pound the units until they die. And as you see, this one actually has 2 automotive cannons, which are really effective against ground targets. Even though they're not that big, they can just fire very precisely and like destroy everything still. And even my friend here, he even sent up some Seahawks because he was scared of like ships getting called in. But here comes the point where I call in ships from that sector I captured from them. And now it's like they have no chance of winning. We have just completely decimated them from when they were winning greatly. And now we have 70 points of the required needed to win. And here my ships come to aid my friend. So now we're nearly catched up to the enemy. They try to do some small assaults to annoy us, but I hold them away from the shores. So one more surrenders from their team. So there are only 2 left now, because that's the only 2 that wants to fight to the end. And yeah, basically we had 1. Now we get, now we have 80. Now we have nearly just as much points as they have. So now they really are fucked. They really can't do anything. But the thing about this game, it just looks so epic. There's so many cinematic things over this. Like, you can see from the shore, giant ships coming out here, and yeah. And now we had 90%, we were nearly done. And this is basically the last stand for me. I'm just pulling in some more ships, which glitched over this island somehow. But they did a lot of bug fixes today, and I think it was 2 days ago, where they fixed the ability to control your enemy's units, which was really annoying. So I'm gonna see you later.